Hello, you're stuck in Travel with Wolf. Growing a few minutes riffing on IT and IT security. Today looking at mobile device security. Now, not necessarily in traffic and a parking lot. The lovely view of Detroit skyline behind me. Gotta love it. And of course, recording this on my mobile phone. I live on my mobile phone. I breathe on my mobile phone. That sounds creepy. I take a lot of notes on my mobile phone. I pretty much do everything on my phone. And so it's not often that I really stop and think about it, right? Especially from a security context. But I was in a meeting yesterday and someone was talking to me. His name's Randy, and he's like, hey, look, watch your videos. You never talk about mobile security. It's a good point. So tip to you, mobile device, just any other computer, right? iOS or Android, it's running Linux or running an OS, and you got to secure it just like any other computer. But what's interesting about that is that in doing these security activities and securing it like any other computer and providing this training to your end users, you're actually laying the groundwork for having conversations about what good looks like and what security looks like. One of the examples, of course, is keeping all your apps up to date, right? Go to iStore, update all. Go to your Android and do similar. And I remember when iPhones first came out, I remember being in a meeting where I'm like, yeah, we need to update our apps. And previous meetings had been very difficult. I'm like, we need to update and have downtime. And then as they're all, checking their iPhones, they were, oh, you mean like the App Store where you do the updates? Yeah. Like, oh, okay, so it'll be down for a while and have a spinny circle. I said, yeah, pretty much like that. That's what we need is you, the business owner, to allow us to take these servers offline. Imagine a spinny circle. Like, oh, okay, yeah, it makes sense to me. So it becomes a way to instill good security habits. So updates are one. The other thing is reducing attack surface. Checking out what apps you have, removing them if they're no longer needed. How many apps do we maintain and how often do they get breached? Probably too many, and every once in a while. So looking through that list and removing everything that's no longer needed. Used to be a nice feature where you could see what apps hadn't been used in a long time. I haven't seen that in a while. But it's the same concept. When you're doing an update, it's, hey, when was the last time I used this? And do I really need this bit of code? Because remember, every bit of code introduces new vulnerability because the vulnerabilities lie in the code. Defect density of like 0.69 vulns per 1,000 lines of code. Every one of those apps is increasing your vulnerability. Every one increases your attack surface. So keeping updates, removing what you don't need, shifting to 64-bit, which a lot of people are going to be in a world of hurt when you update your iOS and 32-bit apps don't run anymore. So just understanding what's on your stack and the care and feeding of it. Then there's an entire configuration that you need to go through, which I'm not going to touch on this in a 3 to 4 minute video. Point is, give your users some guidance on how to secure their mobile devices, explain what it is, and tie it back to key security principles like least privilege, reducing attack surface, and hardening. And that way, they've got that in their mind, that mental image, so when you do need to ask them to make changes to their business apps, you can leverage that understanding. That's it for me. What have I missed? What are some good ways that you could secure your mobile in a way that leads to great conversations about securing your enterprise? Hit me up in social media or comments. Cheers.